Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to take you on a simplified journey to understanding slang that is famous all around the world. Hit that subscribe button and let's get ready to level up your English. Let's go. To make this lesson easy to understand and navigate, I have divided this lesson into 6 different parts with over 70 new slang words. We will look at slang to describe things, slang for actions and feelings, common nouns that have their own slang terms, Generation Z slang, which is the latest type of slang that currently exists, and finally, miscellaneous slang terms that are used around the world. Let's go. We are going to start with a slang that can be used to describe things. Number 1, cheesy or corny. Full disclosure, these words are my favorites. They're old slang terms, but they're still used today, and they paint a picture for someone when they are being used. They have a very similar meaning, and they basically mean that something is cheap and tacky. It is like something of low quality. Example, a cheesy movie or a corny song. However, it is not supposed to be offensive. Instead of saying he asked me to marry him in a cheap way, we would say he made a cheesy proposal. It is less offensive and it's just a nicer way of describing something tacky. Number 2, basic. This is one of the newer slang terms. It is a way of putting down something that is very common or basic. However, it is not polite and it can be used as an insult. Example, these girls are so basic. This sentence is a perfect example of what I said about basic being used as an insult. Number 3, a blast. A blast refers to a very fun event like a party or a dinner. Example, we had a blast last night, or I'm going to have a blast this weekend. Number 4, bomb. Bomb means really good. It's so simple to use. Literally replace the words really good with bomb in your sentence. Example, that sandwich was bomb. I want to show you something with this. A few years ago, we would have used an article with bomb. So it would have been the bomb. Example, that sandwich was the bomb. But now, as the language has progressed, we leave out the. So we just say, that sandwich was bomb. However, both are perfectly acceptable in today's language. Something can be bomb or it can be the bomb. Number 5, bummer. Bummer is very popular and it refers to a disappointment. Example, going to summer school is a real bummer. 6, shady. A nice way of describing something that is questionable or suspicious. Example, her boyfriend is shady, or I saw a shady man in my neighborhood recently. Number 7, dodgy. Just like shady, dodgy refers to something or someone that is questionable or suspicious. Example, a dodgy neighborhood or a dodgy teacher. 8, chilled. This refers to people who are very relaxed and seldom get angry or upset. Example, my mom is really chilled. 9, laid back. In the same way, we have laid back, which means relaxed and calm. We can use it to describe people and time periods. Example, my dad is really laid back, or I'm looking forward to a laid back weekend with my friends. Number 10 is lame. Now, in technical terms, lame means that you cannot walk. But as a slang term, lame means that something is not cool. It can be used to describe people and situations. Example, my dad said I can't go out tonight, he's so lame. Or, it's a good thing you didn't come to the party yesterday because it was so lame. Number 11, flaky. This word is used to describe people who are indecisive and unreliable. If I describe you as flaky, it is not really a compliment. Example, Jack is flaky. He never does what he says he's going to do. 24/7. See how I read the numbers? I didn't read the punctuation. That's how you would say it in English. 24/7. This means 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Example, it feels like I'm working 24/7. Beat. This is a very simple substitute for tired. I'm tired equals I'm beat. Hot. If you watch American movies, then you know what hot means. Hot means very attractive and even sexy. Wow, look at that hot girl. Oh my God, that guy is so hot. Attractive. 15 is wicked. This is more common in British English, but I've definitely encountered it in American English too. It just means amazing, and it's generally used on its own as an exclamation. Example, look at that shooting star. Wicked. 16, jacked. This means really strong and muscular. Look at that guy. It's The Rock. He's jacked. He's really strong and muscular. Thirsty. Just like the slang term basic, thirsty is also more of a new slang term, and it means that you are desperate for attention. If someone calls you thirsty, it does not mean you need something to drink, and it is not a compliment. Example, look at what she wore to the wedding. She's so thirsty. Right, so that brings us to the end of our first part of this English lesson. We just learned 17 ways to describe things using slang terms. Next, let's look at the slang terms we can use to describe actions like relaxing, falling asleep, and so on. Let's go. One, all-nighter. This refers to working or studying all night. Native speakers love to use the phrase, I pulled an all-nighter. It's just a dramatic way for us to say we worked or studied all night. Number 2, ride shotgun. In the 2000s, I must have heard this phrase in every American teen movie. To ride shotgun means to ride in the front passenger seat of a car. Example, I want to ride shotgun, or I call shotgun. To call shotgun means to call out and claim the seat as yours before you travel anywhere in the car. Number 3, chill. Earlier we looked at chilled, which meant relaxed, like a chilled person. And now we are looking at chill, which means to relax. This is a direct synonym for relax. Hey, do you want to chill? Hey, do you want to relax? Same thing. Crash. As a slang term, it means to go to sleep quickly. If you have a full day at work and then you still have lots to do, by the evening you will probably be exhausted. Then you can say, I'm gonna crash. Number 5, go Dutch. Weird term, but it's also a commonly used one. To go Dutch means that when you go out for dinner, each person pays for their own meal, especially on a date. So if you took me out on a date and you said, hey, let's go Dutch, that means that you will pay for your meal and I will pay for my meal. Number 6 is pass the buck. This one is such a good slang term. You can even use it in the workplace. It means to pass the responsibility onto someone else, usually when something has gone wrong. Example, my boss likes to pass the buck whenever things go wrong. Number 7 is screw up. This is to make a mistake or to do something badly. When you think you've messed something up, then you can say you've screwed up. Example, I really screwed up that exam, or I hope I don't screw up my interview. Slay. A year ago, this word was everywhere. Slay all day, slay queen, slay, slay, slay. It's still quite popular and it means to do something really well, especially when it comes to fashion, makeup, art performances, and so on. Example, I came here to slay. Number 9 is cram. Cram means to study hard in a very short period of time, usually a day or two before an exam. Example, she desperately crammed for her final exams. I think everyone has done this at some point in their lives. Number 10 is to hang out or to chill out. Both mean the same thing. It means to relax and spend time with others. Hang out is usually used to make plans, and chill out is usually used to suggest to someone to relax and spend time with others. Example, wanna hang out tomorrow? Or, You look stressed. Come, chill out. Number 11 is hit the books. This means to study. Example, I'm just gonna have a shower and then I'm gonna hit the books. See? Gonna hit the books. It's the same as saying, I'm just going to have a shower and then I'm going to study. Number 12 is hit the road. This means to leave. You can use it when you are leaving someone else's house or event. Example, it's getting late. I should hit the road. Bail. To bail means to suddenly leave. Example, I'm sorry I had to bail last night. I had to get some work done. Busted. This is such a popular one that's been used for years and it's still being used now. It means to get caught doing something wrong. It can be used in a sentence or it can be used on its own. Example, he was busted for cheating during an exam, or his wife busted him with another woman. 15 is pig out. This means to eat a lot in one sitting. Example, I pigged out at the wedding. And our final one for this category is to throw shade. This is also one of the newer slang terms used in the last 3 years. It means to insult or say something mean about someone else. Example, I'm tired of her throwing shade everywhere she goes. And that's another 16 ways to describe actions using slang terms. We are going to move on to our third category of slang terms now, which is feelings. It's a quick one with just 5 terms, as I've already done videos on talking about being happy and sad, and you can find those videos on my channel. But let's go. Number 1 is amped. To be amped means to be excited about something. You are full of energy because you are so excited. Example, he was amped to go skydiving, or the new iPhone has everyone amped. Number 2, hyped. In the same way, we have the word hyped, which means to be excited. We can be hyped or we can create a hype. If I am hyped, I could say I'm hyped to go skydiving. And if I were creating a hype, I could say there was a lot of hype around my new business venture. Number 3 is bummed. And just like bummer, which means disappointed, to be bummed means to feel disappointment. Example, I was bummed when I had to go to summer school. Number 4 is cold shoulder. We usually give or receive a cold shoulder, and it means to ignore someone or be ignored by someone. Example, I gave Sally the cold shoulder after she went on a date with Mark. Or, Sally gave me the cold shoulder when I went out with Mark. Number 5 is shook. When someone is shook, it means that they are shocked or very surprised. Example, did you watch the finale of Breaking Bad? I'm shook. Let's move on to our fourth category for today, nouns. Shades, which are sunglasses. Can I borrow your shades? 2. Cop, which refers to a policeman. I think I just saw a cop go by. Freebie, which refers to something that is given away for free, usually for marketing purposes. Example, don't forget to include some freebies for the launch. Buck, a buck, $1. Can I borrow a buck? And number 5 is paper, used to refer to money, usually notes. Example, look at all this paper. You can also say cheddar, fat stacks, cash, and so on. Next, I'm going to focus on our fifth category, which is recent slang, or as I like to call it, Gen Z vocabulary, meaning it's the slang created and commonly used by people born in the 90s to the early 2000s. Let's go. Lit. The party was lit. Yo, this weekend is gonna be lit. If you didn't catch it from the context, it just means super cool and exciting. Number 2, salty. I love this word. We say someone is salty when they get upset over something small. You can also say salty when you think someone may be jealous or bitter about something. You can simply say, hey, don't be salty. Number 3 is woke. This is slang for awakened. It means to be highly aware of what's happening around you, like aware of social problems and injustices and so on. A little more serious. You'll often hear people saying, stay woke, meaning stay awake, stay aware of what's happening around you. Hangry. I get hangry all the time. Hangry equals angry and hungry. If you become angry because you are hungry, then you are hangry. Example, I'm getting really hangry now. Mood. This is used to express something that you can relate to. Example, I'd rather be tucked under a blanket watching Netflix than studying today. Mood. Extra. Well, being part of Gen Z, I can say that this word describes us perfectly. If someone or something is extra, it means that it is dramatic. Notice that I said something. That's because we can describe things and people as extra. Example, that dress is so extra. The wedding cake was so extra. She told everyone to come to her party. She is so extra. To ghost someone. Another popular one. It means to cut off communication with someone you are no longer interested in. You just stop replying. No explanations. Just snip, snip, and cut them out of your life by not talking to them anymore. Example, he didn't even break up with her. He just suddenly ghosted her. Number 8 is low-key. This is like something that's a secret. Example, I low-key hate bread. Don't tell anyone. It's just another way of saying I secretly hate bread. Don't tell anyone. Number 9 is to flex. This is another way of saying to show off. Example, here comes Jake flexing with his new iPhone. Showing off with his new iPhone. Number 10 is bye Felicia. Now, I'm not gonna lie. This one took me about a year to understand. My biggest question being, who is Felicia? Well, I found out that this line actually comes from a very famous Hollywood movie called Friday. And the phrase, bye Felicia, is just a cold way of dismissing someone or telling them to go away. And we are on to our final category for our lesson today, which will just look at 10 miscellaneous slang words used by natives in their day-to-day lives. Let's go. Number 1 is A game. We usually use this phrase, bring your A game. And this just means to bring your best self. It is usually used for competitions and sport. Example, if you're going to compete on Sunday, then you need to bring your A game. 2, game. To be game. This means to be keen or happy to do something. If you are happy to go to a dinner at your friend's house, you can say, I'm game for dinner at your place. See how I didn't say at your house, but rather at your place. That's just another example of how native speakers love to shake things up. Number 3 is lemon. No, it's not the fruit. When we talk about a lemon, we are talking about something that was a bad buy because it was broken or the quality was just terrible. If I bought a car from you and it broke down while I was driving it home that same day, I could say, you sold me a lemon. Number 4 is savage. This refers to a person who disses or roasts other people all the time and doesn't care about hurting their feelings. Sometimes they behave like they actually want to make people feel bad. Example, did you hear what she told him when they broke up? She's a savage. 5 is frenemy. Just like hangry, we have a combination of 2 words. Friend and enemy equals frenemy. This is a person who pretends to be a friend and is friendly, but in many ways they are actually an enemy or a rival. They secretly want to watch you fail. Bromance, another word made up from combining two words. Bro, which refers to a male friend, and romance equals bromance. It is a very close relationship between two men, but it's not sexual. It's a really close friendship. Example, Joey and Chandler had a bromance on Friends. On point. This could have gone to the Gen Z category too, but when something is on point, it means that it is perfect. It is exact. Example, your makeup is on point, or your speech about politics was on point. Number 8 is my bad. This is one of the most common ways of saying my mistake. It's not really saying that you are sorry, but it's saying that you acknowledge that you have made a mistake. Example, oh, that was your piece of cake? I ate it. My bad. Nowadays, there's a more direct way of saying you understand you made a mistake, but you don't care to apologize for it. And that's by using the phrase, sorry, not sorry. It's pretty loaded with arrogance and attitude, so be careful who you say this to. 9 is ASAP. ASAP, as soon as possible. Now, you've probably heard it before, and no, it's not specifically slang, but I'm bringing it up because if we say it like ASAP, then we are using it like slang instead of saying ASAP. And you'll hear both often being used even in the workplace. Example, I need the report ASAP, or I need the report ASAP. And the final one for our lesson today is fishy. This one has nothing to do with fish, and rather it refers to something seeming suspicious. Oh, my jewelry was stolen and now she suddenly has the same necklace as me? That seems fishy. Meaning, that seems suspicious. And that brings us to the end of our English lesson on commonly used English slang. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more English learning videos. Thank you for your time today, and this is Ashley with Level Up English signing out. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.